My family left me alone in the woods when I was 16. 6 years later, my mother showed up at my work sobbing. I was 16 years old when my family tried to kill me. They didn't use a gun or a knife. They just drove away and left me in the woods to die. It was supposed to be a camping trip. My parents and my older brother Kyle. We drove 4 hours into the mountains, middle of nowhere. No cell service, no other campers around. I thought it was strange, but I didn't question it. I never questioned anything back then. We set up camp. My dad told me to go collect firewood. He said we needed a lot because it was going to be a cold night. I walked into the forest with a bag and started picking up sticks and branches. I was gone maybe 30 minutes. When I came back toward the campsite, I heard my father talking. I stopped behind a tree and listened. He said if he wants to survive, he'll figure it out. My mother said she wasn't sure about this. Kyle said it was fine. Kyle said I was weird anyway and nobody would miss me. My father said this was the only way. He said they couldn't afford me anymore. He said I was a burden. He said the insurance money from my life policy would help them more than I ever did. I stood there holding firewood and I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I watched them pack up the campsite. I watched them load everything into the truck. I watched my mother look around one last time. Then I watched them drive away. They didn't call my name. They didn't search for me. They just left. I was 16 years old, alone in the woods. No phone, no food, no water, no idea where I was. I walked for 3 days. I drank from a stream and hoped it wouldn't make me sick. I ate berries that I prayed weren't poisonous. I slept in the dirt and shivered all night. On the 4th day, I found a road. A truck driver picked me up. He took me to a hospital. I was dehydrated and starving and covered in bug bites. The police came. They asked what happened. I told them everything. They called my parents. My parents said I ran away. They said I was troubled. They said I had mental problems and made up stories. They said they searched for me for hours before giving up. It was their word against mine. I was a minor with no proof. The police believed my parents, but I refused to go back. I said I would rather go to foster care than go home with people who left me to die. The state put me in the system. I spent 2 years bouncing between homes until I aged out. I worked fast food. I got my GED. I saved every penny. I put myself through community college. I got a job at a logistics company. I worked my way up. By the time I was 22, I was a shift supervisor making decent money. I had an apartment. I had a car. I had a life. I built it all myself with nothing and no one. I didn't think about my family. I blocked them out completely. I changed my phone number. I moved to a different state. I became a ghost to them. I thought I would never see them again. I was wrong. Last month, I was at work. I was in my office doing paperwork when one of my coworkers knocked on the door. She said there was a woman in the lobby asking for me. She said the woman was crying. I walked out to the lobby and I stopped. It was my mother. She looked older, thinner. Her hair was gray now. She was standing there with tears running down her face. She said my name like it was a prayer. She said she finally found me. She said she had been searching for 2 years. I felt nothing. I asked what she wanted. She started sobbing harder. She said she was sorry. She said she made a terrible mistake. She said Kyle was sick. She said he needed a kidney transplant. She said they tested the whole family and nobody was a match. She said I was his only hope. I asked her to repeat that. She said without a transplant, he had maybe 6 months. She said I was the only one who could save him. I looked at my mother. This woman who packed up a campsite while I collected firewood. This woman who drove away without looking back. This woman who told police I was troubled and made up stories. And now she wanted me to give a piece of my body to the brother who said nobody would miss me. I said no. She grabbed my arm. She said Kyle would die. I said I understood perfectly. I said Kyle was the one who said I was weird and nobody would miss me. I said maybe he was right. Maybe nobody would miss him either. She said they made a mistake. She said they weren't thinking clearly. I asked about the life insurance. Her face went white. She said she didn't know what I was talking about. I said I heard everything that day. I said I heard my father talk about the insurance money. I said I knew exactly why they left me. She had nothing to say. I told her to leave. I told her if she came back I would call the police. She got on her knees right there in my office lobby and begged me to save Kyle. I told my coworker to call security. She was escorted out screaming my name. They left me in the woods to die for insurance money. Now Kyle is dying and he can save himself too. Or not.